And we're live. Just give me 1 second, y'all. Just want to make sure that my sound sounds good. Yo, hello, hello. Oh, I just realized I don't have that plugged in. Yo, yo. What's up? That's up. Yo, yo. Okay. Can't be start before they have to tap out. It's all good, man. Boys about to be making bank. Let's go. We're thriving out here. All right, yeah. Welcome to the Ricky Remedy live stream. It was a disaster setting all this up. Not gonna lie, man. As you can see, we got a different angle than usual. Because I'll tell you in a second. But basically, here we are, Ricky Remedy live stream, and make sure that my announcement posted. It did. Cool. Nice. All right. But yeah, we're here. We're here. Maybe I can make a quick little announcement on the Twitters. But yeah, we're here. I am still coming back from a crazy week. One live. We are live. YouTube.com/Ricky Remedy. All right, we're here. We're here. We're here. You got my attention now. Patreon drop was damn near perfect. Only flaw was the lack of dodge and wave. Yeah. Well, that's directly from Zay. Zay actually never gave me the wave. I don't even have the session for that yet. He actually still has to send that to me. That's actually, oh look, zoom in, nice and close. That's actually from that's like from Zay. You know, Zay actually did a pretty good mix on that. So shout out to Zay for that. I'll have something. I'll see if I can try to get the session from him. But I think it sounds pretty good. I'll just see if maybe I can possibly get like a wave from him. But yeah, we are here. Let's get some people in here, man. It's just rare right now. Let's wait it out, I guess. Already halfway through the Yerbski. Yeah, Zay, you know, he tries his best, man. He's doing his best. All right, cool. So maybe I'll just switch my mouse up here. Doo-doo-doom. Doom-ba-doo-doom. Here we go. Come on, look. There it is. Let's make sure we have no... Oh yeah, that's a pretty bad delay. Oof. Oh man. All right, let's fix that. Let's go black for a second. Oh, that's better. Ooh. We got Marquez in the building, the genius. That boy genius. That boy is up to something. Marquez, you're crazy, bro. Like I'll go through the Discord sometimes and I'll hear what you've been sending in, bro. You're like sick with it. I actually meant to ask, so like, do you fully like play like everything? I know like you'll have some stuff maybe from like Splice maybe, or is it like all you, or do you use like what's that shit called? That plugin that has like cool arcade. But yeah, you be snapping, bro. Like you are very creative with these loops and like just the musical side of things. It's honestly very impressive. Maybe change the sorry, this does not look right. The only reason why I have it set up like this is because I left my I left the thing that basically holds my gimbal up for me, so I'm kind of like using like this like not tripod that's behind the screen. Usually I have it like next to me. And for some reason the lighting is just off, and like the green screen just looks weird, and I don't know. I do not like this angle. Definitely not doing this again. Well, I'm probably gonna have to do it Thursday, but yeah, we're not doing this again. This is something's just off here. But see, look, you see that? What's going on here? What's this shadow coming in and out? All right, we're good. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. Shout out to everybody coming in. When you come in, hit that like button. If you know you're gonna be here for more than 5 minutes, go ahead and wait about 4 to 5 minutes, and then you can hit that like button. That's the trick of YouTube. Just remember I told you that. If you ever start a YouTube channel and you want to go live, that's a trick right there. If you have people coming in and you know they're going to be there for a little longer than 5 minutes, wait till the 5-minute mark, hit that like button. It helps the engagement, helps to push stuff like this out. But yeah, so couple new things, guys. So I've been it's been a busy week, man. Me and Xavier are having a potential tour dates. He suggested I take a role of tour manager just to seem a bit more professional. Hey, yeah, absolutely. You know, it's definitely it's a hell of a job. I'll tell you that much. You know, got to really take charge when it comes to that. I'm not saying that you can't, but yeah, just like be prepared. You know, it's a lot of taking charge, a lot of you know, making sure everything runs right, which I know these are things that you already do. So, but it's kind of more like an in-person kind of thing, you know. It can be high pressure. Mad Futurist, what up, Futurist? What's good, man? How are you doing, man? We back in it, man. Yeah, so Art Basel was absolutely insane. And when I say insane, it was just I was super busy. I was actually doing a lot of work. I was like doing film work with my boy. It's been crazy. Mastodon, what up, boy? Yeah, it's just been a crazy week. I'd say I didn't get much sleep, and you know, lately I don't know, I'm just getting older now. I'm not really good with the lack of sleep thing anymore. But you know, we trying, man. We trying out here. And it really threw me off schedule. You know, I just want to let you guys know that, you know, sometimes you know, I'm gonna have these random events and stuff coming up, and it's gonna throw me off schedule, and you know, it's gonna be a little harder for me to, like, today was a disaster setting up this stream because I was using the camera and all my stuff was still packed up, and some things weren't fully connected. It's like I had to basically take down my entire setup because I brought it down to my boy's house that I was staying with, because I was working on the content there too. It's just been crazy. It's been crazy. Let me go ahead and pull up this track from yesterday. Steal this idea. Yeah, and what was his name again? Connor Musura or something like that. He's got some cool stuff, man. Make sure you go to his go to his Instagram. Musara, yeah, Connor Musara. He's got some cool stuff. There was one in here that I want to do like more in like a drum and bass kind of style. With it, I think it was this one. Here's an idea. Yeah, that's cool. And I should probably start doing stuff like this, huh? I should probably, like, you know, throw up some loops for people to work on.
It's an idea. Do something with it. Here's an idea. Do something with it.
He does some drums too. I'm not sure if that was the one.
Here's an idea. Do something with it.
No. So happy.
Here's an idea. Here's an idea. Do something with it.
Oh, he's echo delay.
Here's an idea. Do something with it.
Oof. That's dope.
This is shaping up to.
Here's an idea. Do something with it.
Yeah, he's dope. He's dope. He's got some cool stuff. 71.
Here's an idea. Do something with it.
Yeah, I felt like you would like that one. All right, so yeah, let's get into a little bit of today's discussion. Oh yeah, well, let me just play. That's the whole reason why I brought this guy's IG up, so I can show you guys. I'll go ahead and mute the Don Toliver vocal just so that I don't get flagged. Hey yo, gotta go. If you can, vote for Sonic Frontiers in the Game Awards, trying to pull a last minute W. Hey y'all, hey, if y'all can do that, man, y'all run that. Help that boy Rare out. Sonic Frontiers. Cool name. At this point, I pretty much took the wheel. Like right here, it's like still his, but then like I could pretty much make this. Yeah, I can throw that in the Patreon, which, by the way, I have updated Patreon today with a few things. I would have done a lot more, but I wanted to get the stream started. I literally like just got back yesterday. Well, I got back Sunday, like just like late at night, and I pretty much went straight to sleep after. Yesterday, I was just pretty much like setting everything back up and kind of getting back in the groove of things. Because I just had a crazy weekend, like just like working at Art Basel and just kind of being like event here, event there, event there. Like it was crazy. So I'm kind of getting back in the groove of things. I had finished a couple of things that I was putting up, so still gonna be rocking with that. Still got some stuff, so I'm gonna put this on there too. Once the stream is done. Well, once I put up what I'm gonna be posting today, which let me go ahead and show y'all what's going up today. It's already on the Patreon, but let's go ahead and just vibe and hopefully I don't get flagged for this. So this, you guys already heard this one, which has been going off.
This beach is my sight. I think it's very vital. Two back around, that's like on top of let's try to rock around, that's like what time is tricky. Try to rock around, that's like what time is tricky. Try to rock around, that's like what time is tricky.
Yeah, so that one was a banger. That one got a really good response. It's Ricky. Got a really good response. And so I was gonna see DJ Snake in Orlando for EDC, and he was asking for some music, and I wanted to obviously send him this, but I was like, well, let me like work a little bit more on it. So then I ended up coming with this part. Yes, sir. That good old trap, and it's funny because people have been commenting like, "Yo, Ricky, come on, hit us with the trap vibes for the for the old time." And so I'm like, all right, I'll do it. I'll do it this one time because it's like I'm kind of over like doing that kind of stuff. Not over it, but like it's just not like a prevalent genre right now. So I like I'm not really like going super hard on that. Oh God, yeah, fire. Super aggressive, but it's like like I like to bring a range. Sometimes you're gonna have the chill stuff like the Post Malone one I put up, or like the what's that guy's name? I wish I knew. Where is it? This guy, Steve Lacy. Something chill, and then like I want to kind of like have a range. You know what I mean? What up, Juan Espinoza? What up, boy? And yeah, so as you guys can see, I keep it real versatile, and I want to have a range there. You know what I mean? People want different things from me. So yeah, so let's get to today's topic of discussion. It's pretty interesting. I was thinking about this last night. Actually, I was kind of playing around. I was actually listening to some really old stuff that I had made, like I'd say damn near 10 years ago, and just like the difference in sound, like just like sample selection, the things that I would do, like the decisions I would be making. It's so insane to me, like how just like things change over time. You adapt to the climate of music, you adapt to the sound, and like sometimes it's just so seamless. You don't realize that things are changing. You don't realize until like you listen back to something that was like 5 years old, 6, 7, and especially something like 10 years old. And it's just so funny to me. Mama Remedy in the house. Yo, everybody put the hands up. Hands up for Mama. I love that entrance. Good one, Mom. Good one, Mom. We got my mom in the building. She's my biggest supporter. She's like Kanye's mom. She knows what's going on over here. Damn, I wish I had my old projects from 10 years ago. Well, I don't really have any of like the actual projects, the project files, but I do have like the MP3s and like the old references and stuff. And they're pretty damn good, man. I listen back, I'm like, yo, okay, like I think I knew I all right. Like, cause like, you listen back and you'll be kind of like, there was a few things that I cringed on. There's definitely a few things that I was like, oof, I don't know about all that. But there's definitely some, and I'm like, wow, okay, this holds up pretty well. And that's I think that's kind of like where the whole evolution of sound like thought came to me, where it's like, well, there's some sounds and some songs that didn't really have to adapt to the norm, or even if it did, like it just kind of has like this timeless feel to it. Found my old hard drive, but it was corrupted. No, that's everybody's worst nightmare. Yeah, I actually have like my first beats I ever made like 15 years ago, 16 years ago. It's all gone. It's all gone. I'd say my first 2 years of making music is completely gone, and it will never be able to be heard. I think there's like 2 songs which I'm not gonna show you guys that I made around that time, but it's all right, man. Sometimes you just have your head. So, anyways, let's kind of talk about. That's kind of like the premise of how this all happened and how I kind of came up with the whole evolution of sound, because it is actually a very interesting thing to think about, something really interesting to talk about as well. So the reason actually why I have FL Studio open is because I kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit of example of this. So as for me, like I started making music in 2007, and things were actually extremely modern in comparison to obviously like only live instrumentation, and like we were just working with literal tapes. You would have to like tape, and like when I say tape, it's actually pretty insane. They would cut the strips of tape of some things recorded and then put it and like attach it to other pieces of tape. Like it was insane how tedious it was for like to make music. It's pretty wild to think how far we've come, where it's like we're over here sitting and complaining about, oh man, it's so tedious to have to do this and that. It's like, hell no, nothing in comparison to what they had to do back in the 70s and 80s, even a little bit of the 90s too. But I'd say that around the 80s is when things really started to get easier, just with synthesizers, and just them being able to have like the ability to be directly recorded through and having inputs and all that stuff. Like things really did change. But actually on my thumbnail of today's video, I have the TR-808, which is basically one of the most iconic pieces of instrumentation, of hardware, I guess you can say. And when I say it's iconic, is because if you really actually see, like, you know, the setup of it, it's very similar to basically how a lot of us make music, at least for me. What does this look like? You know, what do these things right here represent? They represent the step sequencer. That's what it is, the step sequencer. And for somebody like me who started on FL Studio 6 to be exact, we're over here on 11 right now. 21 actually just came out recently. I'm pretty excited about that. But this right here is basically the you know, the beginning of it all. I'd like to think, like, for the whole step sequencing, because I don't think any other pieces of equipment had the step sequencer just yet. I could be completely wrong here, but this is definitely an iconic thing because it's like there's so many songs. I'd say hundreds. I'm not gonna say tens of that, maybe hundreds of thousands of songs have been made with the sounds coming from this one machine here. I have my first beats in FL. They don't go hard. The evolution of sound is legit. Yeah, and it's like it's insane to think. As a matter of fact, I think I have yeah, drum kits. Yeah, see, look, so I have a bunch of these. Oh, I don't think you guys can see. Let me make it to where y'all can see. Sorry, my mouse is kind of dumb. So as you can see here, this is my browser. So I have like all these sounds here from like these different pretty old FL21 need to do a rich flex for me. Yeah, so like these are all, you know, synthesizers and drum machines, samplers from like way back, like, you know, 80s, 90s. And you can actually just hear, like, so let's go to the TR-808. These are basically all the sounds that come from this machine right here. So rolling TR-808. Let me turn it up a little bit. They're just really, let me actually go ahead and put like a sound godizer so we can hear it a little more, a little better. So these are all sounds that came from this guy right here, which like this right here is like one of the most iconic sounds right now because of funk music. So you got that. Obviously, there wasn't a lot that, like, a lot of machines that had this like kind of like a punchy kick to it, where it's like, let me go ahead and, like, you know. So that's when things started to get, like, you know, started to hit a little harder on these speaker systems, and people were really into it because obviously you can have a good, you know, good live drums and have a good, like, you know, patch for it to where it really hits. But there's something about this just coming clearly through a wire. You know, it's not having to be recorded on a mic like this. It actually is going straight directly through. So that would really hit. And that was like, you know, like so revolutionary for music. It's just like, to us, it's like that's nothing because we have literally thousands and thousands, almost millions of different sounds and samples at this point. I'd say definitely in the millions. I don't know why I'm saying maybe. There's definitely millions. And yeah, so then you have like 727, 707, which this kind of gives like a synthwave kind of vibe. Like, let's like so like I'll do like kind of like a, you know, this is literally directly from the machine, and this is kind of how it'd be, you know. and then like even. And this is all they had to work with. They would have to go buy a whole $1,000, $2,000 machine just to get different drums. Now, yeah, you can probably edit them and probably go put a little processing through, but you can't just like be like, oh, I don't like that drum that much, I'm gonna go get something else. Like, it's crazy. Like, this is like all they had to work with. So that's why a lot of sounds and songs kind of had this very similar touch to it. So that's like kind of like the 707 is like sort of, I guess you can say the the more synth wavy type of vibes. They didn't have a sampler. I mean, they would, but they weren't as powerful as like when these first came out. They didn't have samplers that were really as changing, or like they wouldn't really have as many parameters, I guess you can say. Now it definitely evolved a lot over time, really quickly. But a lot of the time, like if you were like somebody who's just kind of starting out, you would pretty much just start out with the drum machine, and you really wouldn't be able to just like have access to the millions of different sounds where you're like, it's already processed, it's already good, just drop it on and like let's make it happen. So but it's kind of crazy to think about that people are still to this day using a lot of these drum sounds. And these are just the drums. Wait until I actually show you like synth and stuff. 606. And you can just hear like the quality of things like kind of like getting lower as you go further down. And then the 909 is when we start getting real like dance, techno, kind of like dance music, like one of the most iconic open hats used in like so many different like house songs. Just where is it? So like it's crazy. And that's basically obviously they had it mixed. They had good engineers, back in the day to make sure that it sounded better. But these are all directly from these like from these drum machines, and like you really think about it, it's like, wow, like a sound like this has stood the test of time for decades, so it's kind of wild how like things can evolve, but they evolved from something that just like worked so well when it came out. And then you have all these different like you got the Yamahas and stuff. But the Roland drum machines and stuff are the most iconic, I'd like to think. I'm surprised I don't have a 303 in here though. Yeah, I don't have a 303. There's another real iconic one. Sounds like that one Miguel song. Forgot the name of it. Also sounds like kind of like, what is that? That Disclosure song. But yeah, so these are like more of the drums. But now check this out, guys. Check this out. This is really actually how it all started. So I'm gonna go ahead and collapse, and we're gonna go ahead and smart find sound fonts. So sound fonts have been a thing for a really long time. Actually, let me go ahead and look up when a sound font. Sound font is a brand name to file an associated technology that uses sample-based synthesis to play MIDI files. It was first Sound Blaster. When did it first come out? Whoa, how old? The original sound file format was developed in the early 1990s by Emu Systems and Creative Labs. Yeah, so sound font has been a thing, and like you're gonna hear, like I'm gonna pull up some of these sound fonts, and you're gonna be like, oh my goodness, like I've heard so many of these sounds in cartoons in old video games, all stuff from like the early 90s, later 90s, early 2000s. I don't know why like it pulls up non-sound fonts for this folder, but I'm just gonna keep moving. Let's go through. I have a bunch of sound fonts. And a lot of them were used for like the early like Gucci trap days, like the Waka Flocka trap days and stuff. Oh, that's why, because it says sound fonts. So let's go ahead and let's listen to some of these. Maybe I can turn off the Soundgoodizer for this. It sounds pretty normal. Sounds like anything. But we got this. This right here was one of the most iconic sounds of trap music. Early trap music. It's just anything from the South. All the South Side music, they use this all the time. And I remember it was so crazy how like when I didn't know anything about music and I was over here like I just didn't know the sources of things. Like I didn't know the names of instruments. I didn't know like I was really just like completely like shooting in the dark going through like my musical journey, shooting in the dark like completely. So I would always listen to songs and I'd be like, where can I find these sounds and what are the names of them? And I wouldn't like really know. So when I finally got my hands on this like sound right here, like I was like, yo. And I put it like in almost all of my beats for like, I'd say like 6 years straight. Now the cool thing about sound fonts is that, let me actually connect my MIDI so that I could play this a little easier. The interesting thing about sound fonts is that they are sample based, but the way that they like stretch and the way that like you can kind of mess around with the pitch, it kind of gives it like a really cool analog sound. That's another reason why I like using sound fonts. Depending. Oh, guys, I just broke a glass. Wow, I just broke a glass. I'm gonna clean that up when I'm done here. How embarrassing. Wow. Did y'all hear that shit? Oh man, I'm gonna sample that. Damn, I totally just broke a glass, man. Fuck. Yeah, I definitely gotta be careful. I'm gonna sweep that up after. Alright, so. He just accidentally made a new sound font. Alright, so listen to how it kind of changes. You feel how they all have like a different texture to them, and I think that's kind of how like it can get pretty it can get cool to like kind of change things around because there's different textures. So it's actually pretty useful to like mess around with some of these sound fonts because you can just get a different sound but the same sound. So like this is like when it's at a higher octave. So I think it's pretty interesting like how sound fonts can kind of come in handy. So good old trap horns. Bring it down some more. See, they're all the same. I'm keeping them all at the same like octave when I play, but when you pitch them through the sound font, it gives you like a different texture. I think it's pretty interesting. It sounds kind of the same there. But yeah, we have like trying to find like some of the sounds I heard. Oop, what happened there? This one's called Dirty South Brass. Or Bra. Y'all know that song? Motif ES6. Oh, here it is. You ready? This sound right here was used in so many 2000s like South Side, like one of those like dance, like lean with it, rock with it kind of like sounds. Or no, it's like this was used in that one like DJ Halo, do a wobble to the flow. But this sound was used in like so many like cartoons and video games, and like this right here is one of those iconic sounds that like, you know, they really elevated. Let me actually open it and see if it shows when it was actually created. Oh yeah, here we go. Date modified. We got something here from 1998. You see this, y'all? Y'all see this shit? Let me see if they have a date created. No? Okay, no, that's different. So yeah. String combo. So this sound right here is literally like 14 years old. I'm sorry, 14. 24 years old. This is a 24-year-old sound font. Let's see, what other oldies do we have? Let's go see. 1998, 1998, 2004. Okay, we got some more in here. 1997, 97. Yo, we got a couple here in 97. Let's hear HS Synth Collection. And then the other one was Proteus 2. Can you give example song with it? This sounds like definitely something out of like that one Zelda game. Can I give an example song with it? Maybe. Like, you want me to make the song, or do you want me to find a song that uses these sounds? Like, come on, you can't tell me you haven't heard like almost every 80s song like using this. Like, yo, these are so classic. And that's actually like, find a song. Oh, okay. I can't really think at the top of my head. Maybe something will come to me, but yeah, if you ever want to like go real retro and you really want to have an authentic retro sound without having to like use the actual synthesizers that they use, go with the sound fonts. The sound fonts, I think, are the closest thing that you can get to get that real analog sound, that real old sounding. So like, this is actually a fire sound. Let me go ahead and process it a little bit. Give it a little bit of wideness. And that's actually what I also like about about sound fonts is that like you have a little more room to like process it, and like, you know, it because some sounds, like when you use some synth, so like look at like the difference between something like this and like something like, let's say, Dune. You know, like look at this synth, like this is crazy. Like there's like, it's already pretty much processed for you. Let me see, Dune 3, we'll do some keys. They're pretty much already like ready to go for you, you know? Meanwhile, you got like stuff like this that's like completely like, pretty unprocessed. I mean, it does have a little bit of a release to it, so it kind of sounds cool, but there's no effects on this. This is actually kind of insane to think. Like, there's no real effects on this. Like, this doesn't come with like effects that you can have. Like, it just pretty much has your attack, the decay, sustain, release. So let me see if. Like, you know, all you have is like LFO. Yeah, there's a retro Final Fantasy music. Yep, exactly. Like, listen how cheap that sounds. Some of these do sound pretty cheap, so yeah, I wouldn't recommend them. Let's see, what other sound fonts do we have? I was just trying to see if I can find something like interesting. Oh, we got some Lex Luger sound fonts. The name of this one is Crunk. See, like you have the very generic harp sound. Oh yeah, there was actually one that I saw that was actually pretty fire. I think it might be in the Arab. Sound fonts. It was like called like hip hop or something. Hip hop keys. Yeah, this one was really interesting. So instead of it like being like instead of it being like just pretty much like straightforward, like whatever note you play is the note. Well, this one actually has chords in it. It's like got like, you can even hear like the vinyl sound. And you can like lower the octave. They have like yeah, that one was a little interesting to me. I was like, oh, okay, that's a little different. Oh yeah, the Boondocks flute. So it's like, yo, like you can't tell me that you haven't heard like these exact sounds like in video games and cartoons and stuff like this. So that's what when I think like these probably played some of the biggest roles in like the music we hear today, like from like obviously from our from the late 90s, 2000s and stuff like that. Let me actually see in this folder if there's anything super old in there. 2007. Okay, now these. Oh, never mind. 98, 98, 98, 99, 2000. What's good, goat? What up, what up? So we're going through this evolution of sound, and I'm kind of like showing how like this is pretty much like the earliest form of computer synth, you know, because before, you know, they used obviously like, you know, synthesizers, actual physical synthesizers. Like what was one that I used that I like really wanted? I think it was also a Roland Phantom. Oh, it's with the F. Phantom X, I think. This was one of the best ones like to have. Yeah, this was right here. This was goated. This was like this was a big one for like the early 2000s. Tab. Yeah. It had a screen and everything. You have some trap with Indian Asian sound elements, Axel Deslif type. I don't know if you know him. No, I don't think so. Yeah, dude, my dad has an X6. Yo, yeah, see, the flu reminded me reminded a lot of it. Oh, true. Yeah, that's crazy that you just said your dad has an X6. That's how you know. That's crazy, bro. But this, yo, like I remember like my first time ever being in an actual music studio. Like, man, I think it was like probably 2010, maybe. No, probably like 2009. And actually, let me see. I'm pretty sure you guys don't know who he is, but Shife. Let's see if we can. Shife rapper. Yeah, this guy right here, Shife. He's like a legend in like my city, like producer wise. You know, like he actually like helped kind of like get a lot of artists to like in West Palm, like to DJ Khaled and to like Fat Joe, and like he really like put a lot of people on. So he was rocking the X6, and the way he would just like pull up these sounds, like these trap like dirty South sounds, and I was like, yo, I need this thing. But obviously I couldn't afford it. It was I think it was like a $2,000 or $3,000 thing. So I used to practice a lot. When I use Virus TI. Virus TI is a good one. That's another really like big turning point. Very iconic synth for sure, because like it was very powerful as far as like the processing and like how things like really like, especially with just having like effects on there, everything kind of just built in. Yeah, Virus TI was iconic for sure. And that's the thing, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really super like versed in like synthesis and all that. Like I'm not that kind of guy, but I'm just kind of like using this to kind of like show you guys like how things have changed. And so like a lot of, if you really just go listen back, and like I would love to like play a bunch of songs right now, but I don't want to get like copyright flagged or anything. But if you just really listen back to like the dirty South kind of music from like the early 2000s, like mid 2000s, like 2004, 2005, 2006, and you really listen to the sounds, you really listen to the sample selection, you're not there a lot of the time. I'd say like 80 to 90% of the time they're not actually using their computer to make this. They're not like on here on FL Studio or on Logic or like on Ableton making all that. It was very rare that they were using stuff like this, or they were using MPCs and they had it wired straight through to the board, wired straight through, and somebody was running Pro Tools. Pro Tools has been around for a while. It's a little different, but somebody was running Pro Tools, recording everything, and just like pretty much like mixing it all together. It wasn't like how it is here, where you can pretty much just drag and drop loops and do all that, which these did have loops, but it's insane like to think like how easy we really have, how easy it is for us to like make changes and stuff like that. And I think that's kind of where the saltiness comes from a lot of like these older producers. Is I just really think that they really had to have some skill, or they really like just didn't have as much like wiggle room for like error. So, you know, I think just like I'm kind of like in that weird middle place where I kind of like do understand how hard it is to kind of like, I guess you can say, make it happen without like having too many resources. I understand that, but then I also understand like I'm like kind of like part of the age where like we're just like full of everything, you know, we have all these different sounds, and I think that's kind of like a gift and a curse. And here's how I'll justify that. So basically, this is like more of a philosophical standpoint, but basically, it's never a good thing to have too many choices. It's never a good thing to have too many things to choose from. It causes anxiety. It causes too much decision causes indecision. Like you have to have a select, I guess you can say, like a breakdown and a smaller cut of what you really are like trying to use, you know, for lack of better words. Sorry, I'm like kind of like having a little brain fart here, but basically, my thing was, it was actually a good thing that I didn't have so many sounds to choose from, because I remember, as a matter of fact, it's actually hilarious. Like when Audemars, which shout out Audemars, he's actually not in here right now, but you know, shout out Audemars, he blessed me with this insane sound pack. Or sample pack, you know, drums and stuff, and it was super overwhelming at first. I was like, holy crap, okay, there's too many sounds in here, like I don't know where to choose from. Like I'd say there was at least maybe 1,000, 2,000 samples in there, and I only go through one folder. I have not even touched the other folders because it's overwhelming, and like I don't want to not know what to use or what to choose. So I think the curse for a lot of newer producers is that they have access to so many different sounds that they don't know what to choose from. They can't really find their sound, or they can't really just have their go-tos. And there's going to be a lot of situations where they might put in a sound that doesn't actually need to be there. It just maybe sounded good to them, you know, compared to a bunch of other sounds that they were sifting through. But sometimes you got to just, like, whatever you do have, you work with it. You not merge, you, like, you know, mold it to how you want, and then you get what you get. Sorry, that was kind of like some word salad, I'm not gonna lie. But let's get back to it. So basically, what was the first modular synth? Less is more, exactly. The first modular synth, the Moog synth. There you go, Moog synth. Moog. The Moog synth, first modular synthesizer, was developed by engineer Harold Bode in the 1950s. So modular synthesis has been a thing for quite some time, and the reason why I pulled that up is because dubstep, EDM music, is heavily based on modular synthesis. And so, yeah, the Moog is legendary because it pretty much was the stepping stone for a lot of the electronic music you hear today, the dubstep music you hear, because that is all modular synth. LFO, yeah. Oh, I didn't even see. Recording the synths is like an when the piano roll came into play. Okay, so yeah, piano roll was not a thing. It all depended on, like, I'd say maybe the later models you could quantize your notes, but a lot of the time I'd say like anything from the 80s, early 90s, nothing was really quantized. It was, I don't think they had that ability to do that. Now obviously, like, things like Pro Tools can give you a grid, but it's super tedious to have to, like, take every single sound and, like, have it perfectly on grid, like, through your own doing. So a lot of things weren't, so that's why it was super helpful to have something like the TR-808 and, like, the things that have step sequencers that are already basically on grid for you. So, like, you can have a beat and then you can kind of, like, go with the beat, you know, without having a metronome playing in the back. So it all really depended on how, like, early the model was, but a lot of the time when recording things, yeah, you couldn't just quantize it, you couldn't just have it, like, just on grid. You pretty much had to play it on beat. Why does this, like, freaking shadow keep coming on behind me? So yeah, it was pretty interesting. So I have an Omnisphere, so Omnisphere is, like, pretty much like just shitting on everything that has ever, like, every synthesizer that has ever really come out with the quality of sound. So basically, Omnisphere has the Moog tribute library, And let's see if we can go to okay, so we'll do Retroland. So Retroland is basically a section of you know, presets that kind of uses like some sounds from the Moog, processed of course, but you know. I love using this sound. Flower Kid. And these things were like, let me actually see if I can find like a cool. Let's do 1960, see if we can find anything. I started FL Studio, never used Piano Roll because they have pseudo piano roll built. Hold on. I started on FL Studio and never used a piano roll because they used to have a pseudo piano roll built into the step sequencer. Oh, I think you're talking about this one right here. You're talking about that? Is that what you're talking about? Yep. Okay. Yeah, I actually never even knew this was a thing until probably my like 5th, 6th, 7th year of using FL. What version is this? This is FL 11. I'd say this is the last version before they really switch things up, you know? Hey, yo, what is that? But yeah, let me see if I can find in 1968. Piano thing? Yeah, basically in your step sequence. I don't know if they have it in 20. Let me actually see if they do. They don't. Ah, interesting. See? This is why I use the older version. Because they have things in there that they don't have in here, but it's vice versa. They have things in 20 that 11 doesn't have, but 20 does. So that's why I'm always switching back and forth, guys. But yeah, so in FL 11, because it's literally I don't know if they got like a new team of people to work on the program itself. I don't know what happened to like make such a significant change to FL, but that's basically what happened. And so, you know, you have this that you don't have, you know. So, I mean, I can't help you there if you have 20, but 11 is available. You can, they actually have an archive where you can get the earlier versions. You can even get FL. I think you get all the way to the very first FL, which I would say is not really ideal. But anyways, yeah, shout out to everybody that's in here right now. If you haven't already, like the video. Let's get this engagement up so people can start, you know, tapping in a little more with these cool little interesting discussions about music, you know. FL1 doesn't work? Really? Doesn't work with like the new like OS or something? You tried? Is it like because Windows is like just too like ahead of its time now? That would be an interesting thing to do. Let me see. Archive. Do I really have to sign in to do that? I don't even know if I remember my password. No, wait, hold on. I don't even know if I remember my password, man. 20. Damn. I don't know if I remember it. All right, well, it ain't a big deal. I'll figure it out later. But yeah, let's check this out. Okay, so this is not a video. Let me see if I can find a video. But this is in 1968. This is kind of crazy. And this is all probably being recorded onto like a vinyl. Or maybe FL1 was so poorly designed, it seemed like it doesn't work properly. Probably. Okay, this looks like a video.
That's a distortion of the true Bach. Wait till you hear the next one, which is a transmogrification of the same fugue again, but on the much talked and written about Moog synthesizer. And here it comes now. Hello, Hal.
Look at this, bro. This is crazy, bro. Yo. And what's hilarious too is that like the real synth heads and like the real like gear guys like have literally will have like hella like synths and like mod synths in their room and shit. Look at them laugh, bro. This is crazy. Like they're like mind blown by it. Yo, this is wild. Do y'all see this, bro?
How about that?
Yo. History.
What you're going to hear now is that same Bach fugue pre-recorded on a tape which was made by this incredible electronic instrument. It can do anything but stand up and take a bow. It can produce almost any kind of variation on pure sound, including some sounds that have never been heard before, on this earth at least.
Do you hear what the man just said, bro? Yo. That is insane. Like, literally, like, you're hearing things that have never been heard ever. Like, ever. For the first time. Like, ever. Wild.
And these sounds can then be dubbed onto tape in any combination from interplanetary noises to a Bach fugue. But there's been so much talk and publicity about this extraordinary machine that I needn't take time to describe it in any further detail. Anyway, what do I know about oscillators and patch panels and all that
Do you... I don't know why I'm mind blown about this. I'm kind of glad I found this video.
jazz? The thing about it that really interests us today is that this is the instrument on which has been recorded a very popular album called Switched on Bach, which I'm sure most of you have listened to. Through this record album, the Moog machine here has made a startling contribution to the new Bach Rage. Now the, what shall I say, bizarre version of the Bach fugue it's about to play for us was
Alright, play it.
operative. All systems go. And blast off.
Sounds like a Game Boy. They're all probably so annoyed. I mean, I probably don't even know like how the hell they feel. They're probably like so confused. This kid looks weird. Yo, what the hell is wrong with this kid? Yeah, see, they all are like, what the heck? Like, they don't know how to respond to this. And then you have like this orchestra just sitting here like, man, y'all better shut this thing up, man, and get to the real music. Bro, they're talking hella shit right now about this Moog. Little did they know that they're all like just about to not be really needed anymore. Bro, I like this pan out, like where you just gotta see like this is what's going on, and like these guys are just like, bruh, like they're just literally sitting there. New York Philharmonic. That's so legendary. These definitely were not very creative like patches for sure. Like that other one that I was listening to, like the 1968 one. Those were actually pretty creative patches, but yeah, these are sounding pretty like cheap. Yo, what do y'all think this kid is thinking, bro? Bro, what is he thinking, bro? Hearing this. Bro, why the kids hate that shit so much? The kids are hating this. They're all like... And this is from... What year is this? 1969. So this is... What, like 50 years ago? Alright, I'm done hearing that. But yeah, so... the evolution of sound, everybody. It is mind-blowing, for sure. Absolutely. Just like him just like saying like these are sounds that have never been heard on the face of the earth, because it's like it's not actually possible, like unless somebody was like engineered this thing to be like, you know what I mean? Like it's, I don't know, I think it's pretty crazy. I don't know, maybe I'm just nerding out, but yeah, Moog synthesizer. And so we go from this to having like dubstep sounds. Like, let's actually bring up Serum, which is another big turn for modular synth. And I'll just go through one of these cymatics things. Oh, wrong sound. Now we got stuff like this. Like, it's crazy how like where we've come. Like this right here, like from this. Bro, these kids are like hating this shit. Dude here is like, when is this gonna be over? Is it true that Deadmau5 is the great genius of FL Studio? I hear that a lot. I have no idea, honestly. I don't believe he was on FL Studio. He used to do a lot of like live streams on Twitch like a long time ago. And I don't know if he ever really showed his DAW. But that would be pretty insane. I don't know if that's actually true though. But he was using stuff like this for sure. Do you want to see the evolution of sounds? Search DJ Freshboy. Oh man, don't do that. Hey y'all, don't do that to me, man. Don't expose me like that, bro. Don't listen to Marquez, y'all. If they played those Serum patches back then, all those kids probably ran out of the room. Yes. Yeah. That's probably, yeah, these like... But to think about it like that, I reacted like kind of the same way when I first heard Skrillex, because obviously Skrillex was like the entry point of like dubstep. You know, dubstep was around for like a while. It was just kind of minimal, and it wasn't really like, I don't know, like I think Skrillex just kind of like made it more mainstream sounding, or like he kind of had this appeal that made it understandable and like consumable. So like, so this is the evolution of sound, guys. So rhythmish. Sounds like rhythm. That's like the name of. That's actually the name of the patch. Oh man. So evolution of sound, guys. I think I pretty much got through the discussion. I just kind of wanted to like get you guys to see, understand, like at least I don't know. I just wanted us. I mean, you guys already know. You guys, these are things you guys already know. But I wanted all of us to kind of like share in the like what's the word? Like just this is fucking cool as hell. Shout out to everybody in the stream. If you haven't already, like this video. We're at 12 likes. Let's try to get to 20 likes. It's usually my goal, just to get to 20 likes. So that we can get, you know, the engagement up. So if you haven't liked it, liked the video. And yeah, so DJ Fresh Boy sounds like he's got some heat. Shout out to you, my G. No, shout out to you, Futurist. Yeah, hey, that's enough of the DJ Fresh Boy, man. Y'all can get in on that if you want, but I really try to keep that on the down low. Man, who told you about that shit, Marquez? How do you know about that shit, bro? Can't be doing that, man. Yeah, we had some people coming through today, man. We're almost at 100 views. Maybe some people came through from my Instagram post. Yeah, no, maybe so. No, not really. Got like a couple. But yeah, I've been a fan since middle school. Damn, that's crazy. Well, here we are. Let me actually go ahead and show you. We have the full version now of Elevate. Which is pretty crazy track. It's in my Patreon, so if you guys want to hear it, it's in the Patreon now. So let's go ahead and play this. Let's show you guys some of the project. It's a pretty complex project for sure. Hopefully I don't get... Some of the other producers mentioned AI for beats producing. What do you think of that? It's probably gonna be pretty easy depending on like, is that another loop? Oh yeah, that is a huge evolution of sound for sure, because it's kind of already happening with obviously these. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been on Instagram, and like, you know, whoever is on Instagram, like you guys have probably seen all these people like posting their AI photos of themselves, like over here looking like video games or looking like, you know, stuff like that. Someone was in Miami for Art Basel. Oh yeah. Was he at the SoundCloud event? He was somewhere. He was at a couple places. Is that yeah, I'd like to think that that's definitely evolution. I think it's probably going to be a lot easier for stuff like trap music, just because it's like when it comes to like trap or like, you know, the more like the basic stuff, it's definitely going to be really easy for it to like just understand like, okay, well, hi-hats, certain claps, certain this, certain that. They're just going to kind of like, I think the AI is just going to understand making trap beats, which is like understandable. Like, let's be completely real right now. Like trap music right now, and I mean like more on the hip hop side, like hip hop trap music is the most uninspired like place right now. Like it's super easy to like just make it like a trap. It's at this point it's all about the rapper who's on it. Like, you know, like if the rapper has clout, the beat can be anything. You know, the beat can be as basic as you want it to be. So I think AI is going to make it a lot easier for that to happen. But if I'm just being real, this kind of goes back to like the issue here when it comes to like producers, where, you know, a producer, it doesn't really have to be super skilled, and that's why you can go on Spotify like Rap Caviar and like all these, like, you know, these like mainstream playlists, and listen to all these beats and be like, yo, that's pretty easy to, that sounds like that was pretty easy to make, that sounds like that was pretty easy to make. But I think the situation is that these guys, you know, he was at United Masters event. Oh, true. I think that the issue is that a lot of these rappers that already kind of have built their clout, whether it be from like, you know, just having the bread to put into their project, or, you know, they got clout from another artist, or they're just, you know, like they got signed by another big artist, you know, like Young Thug just found somebody or whatever. I think what they do is they just put on the homies. You know, they can have a whole bunch of AI producers, but what they'd rather put the homies on because it's just like that's just their nature, you know. They'll have a homie make a beat for them and they'll get on it, and that's why you hear all these beats that don't sound like they were made by somebody who's been making beats for over 10 years. It probably sounds like it's somebody who's been making beat for like probably 3 or 4 years. You know, it's pretty basic, and there's nothing wrong with basic. You know, sometimes less is more, like my mother said. But I think it really has more to do with the politics of it, and really has a lot more to do. What up, Sinatra, by the way? But I think it has a lot more to do with like the connection between the artist and the producer, and a lot of the time the producer is like just the homie, somebody that they knew long before they ever even got clout. So AI can come through and kind of replace things, but I don't think like it's gonna, like, 'cause at the end of the day, like you can't be homies with an AI right now. Maybe later on in life, you can, you know, they'll be able to say things that will make you feel good. And you'll be like, yeah, my closest friend is a robot. But I think it's gonna be a little harder. Maybe I could be wrong though. But they definitely got it down with the AI art. They're definitely making it happen with that. But if you think about it, they're taking a lot of art that's been made by us. Like we are the ones that are basically setting the. It's not like AI can make art from absolutely nothing. It needs us. You know, it needs our data. It needs stuff that we have already made. So is it really being made by, you know, is it really being made from scratch by a robot? Like, no, it's made by us. It's referenced by us. So we're still going to be the true artist here. What do you think about the production on Yeat's latest album? I haven't heard his latest album, but I would imagine that it's, you know, pretty much like his sound that he's always been really pushing, you know. I would play it, but you know, just not trying to get flagged on YouTube. I mean, shout out to him, because it's like, you know, he's got a sound that a lot of people are really into. Like, it's kind of got like that Pierre Bourne kind of like, but also like arcade sound, like kind of like that, like, and it's cool. Like at the end of the day, like I have respect for artists that know how to preserve a sound and like not and like really like double down on it. And because then at that point, then everybody's gonna be like, oh, this is a Yeat type beat, this is a whoever type beat, you know. And it's like it's a lot harder than people might seem, you know, make it seem. Man, I'm jumbled all in my words today. Drink a little bit of water. Gotta pick up this glass. I can't believe I did that. But yeah, let's listen to this real quick. Let's listen to this. Some cool Ricky Remedy, classic Ricky Remedy vibes. Some Bound vibes, startup vibes. He's like Playboy with better. Yeah, I can agree. good little outro. Little emotional outro for y'all. And yeah, some cool. And like I was thinking, like, yo, this is gonna be another startup. Because startup, the whole reason why it's even called startup is because it's like my New Year's song. You know, like I would drop it every New Year. And I'm not gonna call this startup because I don't want to keep milking that cow. But this will be definitely like a startup vibe. I'm probably gonna save this for the New Year. As a cool little like start like celebration kind of thing, you know, like yeah. So yeah, expect that coming out around New Year's time. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be awesome. And then let's see, what else do I want to show you guys? This was a freaking banger, y'all. I definitely have to like finish this. This is a banger. I had so much fun doing it. You know what's crazy? That I was looking for the name of this song forever. I literally even went into my Shazam and like was singing to it to like see if maybe it'll capture it. I don't know. And like they say that you can do that, but it definitely didn't work. And like I was singing it perfectly on key, like, which is why I'm like, yo, come on. And so I didn't know the name of it because it was a Brazilian song, you know, and I didn't really remember the name of it because I heard it like 10 years ago for the first time, and I would hear it here and there very rarely, but then finally I found it. And actually I was on this boat on Thursday, or it was on Friday, and it was playing in the background, and I brought my phone out so quick and I Shazammed it and I finally got it. I was so happy. Yeah, this is a I stopped it there because I wanted to hurry up and get the video out. I was like running so late, but I'm gonna extend it out. Let me see if I can just do that right now. A little bit of that. I think oh no. I don't know why it does that sometimes. Sometimes it'll just like stretch itself for some weird reason. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna show you this, yo. I just got reminded because this is a Brazilian song. All right, yo. All right, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all some old stuff, man. So, all right. So, shout out to my Brazilians. Y'all got some music running through y'all veins for real. So, basically, I'd say, I don't know, it says 10 years ago, so I'd say 10 years and then some change. This Brazilian artist reaches out to me and my old partner, and he sends a voice memo of like what he wants the song to sound like, or like just like he sends a voice memo like he's singing it. And then he sent two voice memos, actually. He sent one of that like traditional Brazilian, like boom cha cha boom cha cha boom cha cha boom cha cha. Like he sent that, like also it was like a vocal, and then he sent his acapella like through a voice memo, and he said, "Yo, build something around this." And they said that they want something 2000 like 2011, 2012, like around that time where like Rihanna was doing dance music and everybody was like on that dance music wave, and like that LMFAO like type of stuff, and just like real, that, you know what I mean, like that era of music. And they were kind of looking for that, and they couldn't really find any producers that could like really make it happen. And so he sent it through, and he said, yeah, let's get some like, we didn't even say EDM at the time, we were just saying, yo, we want that like dance, you know, dance kind of music, whatever. And so this has 24 million views actually, and it's kind of crazy. And so you're about to hear some super, super early Ricky Remedy, like like 11 years old. But this is the music video. This is so hilarious, bro. This is crazy to me.
Se joga, joga no meu colo e vem. 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 Onde você tá, eu quero sentir a sua boca agora. Quero ter você sem o que fazer, então vem e não demora.
Got Fat Joe in the building.
Então chega aí, então senta aqui e bota pra quebrar, revira a cama toda. É o nosso mundo de pernas pro ar.
Girl, just drop that body, make it touch the floor. Brazilian wax that body, make me want some more. Sit on my lap, give her a rack, said she wants some more. Do it for crack, and from the back, take that ass on tour. My sexy lady, Rio, Sao Paulo, we in this
Okay, here comes the build up, y'all.
Me sente, respira, me excita, engole, me sente, respira, me excita. Se joga no meu valor, ai se joga no meu valor.
This is so funny, though. Look, I think you can see me in there somewhere. There he is. There's Ricky. There he is. Bruh.
Ai se joga, joga no meu colo e vem.
Yeah, bro. This is crazy, man.
Ai se joga, joga no meu agora. Quero ter você
But
sem
this
o
is
que
hard.
fazer, então vem e não demora. Então chega aí, então
It's definitely got like that Brazilian sound for sure. Like I definitely didn't go too far, like, you know, divert too far off of that. That's a Remedy Easter egg. Yep, you got that right. That's hilarious, bro. Wow. But yeah, so I've been working with the Brazilians for a minute, man. I got love for y'all. Evolution of sound, y'all. The evolution of sound.
senta aqui e bota pra quebrar, revira a cama toda. É o nosso
Ricky over here doing this, like, you know, early dance music, early, like, you know, the hype, big room kind of stuff. And now I'm over here making everything. Anything, everything and anything. Except for country. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get out of here in a little bit. I want to get this content out for y'all. I have actually a pretty funny one for y'all. This is probably gonna be out on not today but tomorrow. It's gonna be basically be the same concept as my one super viral video of me, like with the voice, like with my phone up and just being like ooh, okay. I'm gonna do the same because I don't want to use this original video. It's just kind of like, it's just not the best quality, and it's like usually like when you post, like, this is actually a quick little trick for y'all. Whenever you post on Instagram and the video isn't like the best quality, it's not really gonna push it unless it's like very, very viral, like potential. It's usually not going to push it out just because. And so like this video is like, plus it's already like got like it's just not in a good format. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna basically pretend that somebody sent me a voice memo of this guy beatboxing, and then I made a beat for it. But yeah, this is the video.
Let me show you how to scratch it.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. But I'm gonna do the same thing where I basically have my phone up to my ear. I'm gonna be like, oh, you know, when he sends a reference or whatever, kind of like part 2, I guess you can say. And then beatbox.
Let me show you how to scratch it.
Yeah, stuff like that. This is like a quick little beat. I want to say I even like threw in like this little like hey Ricky. Yeah, I had fun doing it. You know, it's like I feel like the stuff that I have fun doing usually does pretty well. So I'm gonna post that tomorrow. I think it should do pretty well. I mean, I thought the pig video was gonna do well, man. I'm surprised that it didn't. Still one of my favorites. It did decent, you know. It definitely. It almost got 1,000 likes, but it definitely should have went like viral. This is my mom's favorite video, y'all. See? She loves it. And what's so funny is that literally like a day later after I posted this, I was like scrolling through and like I heard like this house song that was like a real song. And it like sounded almost exactly like it. I was like, yo, I really nailed it. I nailed the, you know, tech house vibes. But yeah. Yeah, and so this is just not gonna go, man. This is my second time posting it. It still didn't do well. Sometimes it's just, you know what, you just gotta take the L. I thought that this was good, but for some reason it just never performs well.
I'm back. Get up off of that thing. You better. Get up off of that thing. You say it now.
Yeah, I don't know why it didn't do well, man. Two times in a row it got like kind of the same amount of views. It didn't get that many likes, so can't always win. It's good to try, you know. Yeah, 10.9k definitely should be at 100,000 for sure. Let's see where else is everything at. Let's see where my viral one is at. 392k, y'all. That's crazy, man. It's almost got 1 million on TikTok.
Watch me turn this guitar riff into a Gunna type beat.
Ladder cake, funnel cake, what is this? Vertebrae, diamond lens, cardiac, yeah, height respect, overweight, cannabis, meditate, overseas, out of state, lot of speed, no break, loyalty, easy case, big up and shit that it claims to.
When I played that remix at an event downtown Nashville, people loved it. Yeah, the song is good. I think it's just maybe, I don't know, it's just not I guess it's not viral content worthy, I guess, you know. Can't always win. Which is fine. Like I'm really trying out. Like I think the main takeaway here when it comes to content is that you just want it to be funny, or you want it to just have some type of, you know, entertainment aspect to it. Not so much like, yeah, I don't think it has anything to do really with the quality of a song or like how good a song might potentially be. I think it has a lot more to just do with the entertainment aspect of it, which is like, you know, it's pretty complicated when it really comes down to it. But, you know, I keep it going. As a matter of fact, I actually did start following this one guy who is freaking crazy with it. Damn, it doesn't look like I can go based off of Let me see. Info is good too. Let me see. I can go through here. Basically, I'm gonna start making content like this. It's gonna take a little longer. It's gonna take a little longer to make this kind of content, so I'm gonna try to find a way to shout out to Dead Crow. Dead Crow followed me. Dead Crow's fire. Rob Late. Yo, we're so close, y'all. 19.7K. I'm telling you, I really hope we can get to 20K by the end of the year, man. Let's try and make it happen. Hopefully I get another viral video that can really boost that up. If I get 20K before the end of the year, it's freaking lit, bro. All right, Rob Late. Rob Late is a beast. This man is a monster, bro.
Yes.
Monster.
Bang.
Yeah, he's a monster. That I'm not gonna lie is pretty damn impressive. Cause his processing is fire. This man definitely knows how to process his sounds. You know, it's one thing if you just use them as is, but like he processed them very well. Let me see if I can find another one in there that's like crazy. This was probably good too. Bro, like what? Time out. Hold on a second. What's going on here? Time out. What did I just look at? I wish I could understand what he did. It sounds like he was changing the rate of the delay, and that'll sometimes happen. Like that weird warp effect. We got TC Remix in the building. Shout out Trigger Collective. Just download all the Patreon goodies. Yeah. Oh no, I'm gonna have a lot more coming up probably today and tomorrow and like just throughout the week. I'm just like finishing tracks up. Definitely some more coming in for sure. I just had to kind of get back on my schedule. I've had a crazy past like 6 days, just being in like, you know, doing Art Basel stuff. But yeah, we're back on schedule, so I'll have some more for you guys throughout the week. He has like a really good mic too, I'm sure. Like I mean, my mic is pretty decent, but it captures very like clean. Yeah, he's just fire with the processing, man. Shout out to Rob Late.
Sick.
And he presents it really well. Like this is why his content is obviously doing so well, because he has a great way of presenting it. Because like I hear songs like this a lot of the time, and like, you know, people will use like Foley sounds and stuff like that. This is basically Foley like beats, I guess you can say. And it's like people will use them. They'll be like, yo, I used a spoon to make this beat, and like, you know, they'll say what they use and whatever, but it's like just seeing the process of it and it being processed and changed and like, you know, manipulated the way that he is. It's like it's like what makes it very interesting, and I'm definitely gonna start doing more of this. I just gotta like, you know, find some sounds to use. Actually, well, damn, I would go step over there, but there's glass over there. But I was gonna I have my recorder, that I'm probably gonna try to make a beat out of. All right, let me just be careful. Ugh. setup is a disaster. Oof. Luckily, the glass didn't break into a bunch of little pieces. So look, guys, I have my recorder here. Look at that. I used to play one of these in second grade. I was on the recorder squad, the recorder choir. On me. It's like really hard to play this, honestly, because it's not like the best quality, but it's pretty hard to play, not gonna lie. Middle school, this is sending me back to elementary school. I bet my roommates are like, what the hell is going on in that room? Yeah, I'll figure something out. I'll figure out like how to play it a little better, and then I'll make a beat out of it. Actually, I think I do have a beat from like a while ago that I made with it. Let me see if I can find it. October, maybe? Damn, how long ago did I do it in 2020? Let me see. Damn, I did. I think August? It's in here somewhere. There it is. So I made this is with the recorder. It's a bot. We got Drama in the building. Shout out Drama. But yeah, that's what we got. Anyways, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, y'all. I got some work to do, and shout out to everybody that came in and liked the video. We'll be back Thursday for promos, so you guys already know what to do. Send some stuff through to the Discord. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Appreciate you guys. Much love. We'll be back Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern. And much love. Later.